Here, in the echoing chambers of our planet's history, lie tales that chill us to the bone. Stories whispered in hushed tones, passed down through generations, each one a chilling reminder of the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. These are the tales of the supernatural, of restless spirits and haunted places, where the veil between our world and the next wears thin. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the heart of darkness, exploring the most spine-chilling hauntings and ghost stories from around the globe. From the shadowy corners of ancient homes to the echoing corridors of abandoned asylums, we'll uncover the terrifying truth behind these paranormal hotspots. Join me, if you dare, as we delve into the unknown, where every creak of the floorboard and every flicker of light could herald a chilling encounter with the other side. Long Island, New York. A seemingly peaceful suburb, home to families seeking tranquility and the American dream. But beneath the surface of this idyllic setting lies a darkness so profound, so disturbing, that it continues to haunt the very foundations of this community. This is the story of 112 Ocean Avenue, a house forever etched in the annals of paranormal history as the site of the infamous Amityville Horror. In November 1974, this unassuming home became the stage for an unspeakable tragedy, the brutal murder of an entire family by one of their own. Ronald DeFeo Jr., driven by forces unknown, took the lives of his parents and siblings in a horrific act of violence. The house stood silent, a grim testament to the darkness that had unfolded within its walls. But the horrors of 112 Ocean Avenue were far from over. A year later, a new family, the Lutz family, moved into the house, hoping to start afresh, unaware of the sinister history that awaited them. Almost immediately, they were met with a series of unexplained events, each more terrifying than the last. Unexplained noises echoed through the house, disembodied voices whispered in the dead of night. George Lutz, the father, described a feeling of being watched, an oppressive presence that seemed to permeate every corner of their new home. Kathy, his wife, reported seeing a pair of glowing red eyes peering at her from the darkness, a chilling reminder of the horrors that had transpired within those very walls. The children, too young to understand the true nature of the terror that gripped their home, were plagued by nightmares and visions of demonic figures. As the days turned into weeks, the activity intensified, pushing the Lutz family to the brink of madness. The Amityville Horror was no longer just a story, but a terrifying reality. Our journey into the heart of paranormal activity takes us across the Atlantic to the borough of Enfield in North London. Here, amidst the familiar sights and sounds of suburban life, another chilling tale unfolded, a story that would grip the nation and leave an enduring mark on the world of parapsychology. It was the summer of 1977 when the Hodgson family, living in a humble council house on Green Street, found themselves at the epicenter of a terrifying haunting. What began as strange noises, knocking sounds, disembodied voices, quickly escalated into a maelstrom of paranormal activity that defied rational explanation. Furniture moved violently on its own, objects levitated in midair, and the Hodgson children, the youngest daughter in particular, seemed to be the focal point of this terrifying entity's attention. The entity, a malevolent force that seemed to revel in chaos and fear, became known as the Enfield Poltergeist. News of the Enfield haunting spread like wildfire, attracting the attention of the media, paranormal investigators, and even skeptical police officers. Many arrived at the Hodgson home hoping to debunk the claims, to expose a hoax or find a rational explanation for the bizarre occurrences. Instead, they witnessed firsthand the terrifying reality of the Enfield poltergeist. Janet Hodgson, just 11 years old at the time, became the unwilling puppet of the entity. Her voice changed, taking on a guttural, demonic tone as she spoke words that chilled the blood of even the most hardened skeptic. Objects flew across the room with alarming force, seemingly controlled by an unseen hand. Even seasoned paranormal investigators were left baffled and disturbed by the sheer intensity and malevolence of the entity they encountered in that small Enfield home. The Enfield poltergeist case, with its documented evidence and credible witnesses, remains one of the most compelling and unsettling cases of paranormal activity ever recorded. Deep in the heart of California, there stands a house unlike any other. A sprawling labyrinth of towers, turrets, and dead ends, its corridors seem to stretch on forever. This is the Winchester Mystery House, a testament to one woman's unwavering belief in the supernatural. Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Winchester, heir to the Winchester Repeating Arms Company fortune, was a woman consumed by guilt and fear. Haunted by the spirits of those killed by her husband's invention, she believed the only way to appease them was to build. And build she did for 38 years without pause or plan. The result is a bizarre architectural marvel, a jumble of rooms, staircases leading nowhere, and windows overlooking other rooms. Some say Sarah designed the house this way to confuse the spirits, trapping them within its walls. Others believe she was simply a woman driven mad by grief. Whatever the reason, the Winchester Mystery House remains a chilling reminder of the power of belief and the lengths to which we will go to escape our demons. Over the years, countless stories of strange and unsettling occurrences have emanated from the Winchester Mystery House. Footsteps echoing down empty hallways, doors slamming shut on their own, and disembodied whispers carried on the breeze. Some say the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles still roam the halls, seeking revenge for their untimely demise. Others whisper of a shadowy figure, said to be Sarah Winchester herself, forever wandering the labyrinthine corridors of her creation. Whether these tales are true or simply the product of overactive imaginations, one thing is certain. The Winchester Mystery House has an undeniable atmosphere of unease, a palpable sense of unseen eyes watching, of cold spots and sudden chills that send shivers down the spines of even the most skeptical visitors. Is the house truly haunted, as so many believe, or is it merely the weight of its own tragic history that clings to its walls, a constant reminder of the darkness that can reside in the human heart? Perhaps the answer lies hidden within the house itself, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to seek it out. The American frontier, a land of vast wilderness and untold promise, was also a place of deep-seated superstition. In the early 19th century, amidst the rolling hills of Tennessee, a sinister tale unfolded, a tale that would become legend. This is the story of the Bell Witch. It began with whispers, strange noises in the night, and a sense of unease that settled upon the Bell family farm. John Bell, the patriarch, began to experience nightmares, vivid and terrifying, of a creature unlike any he had ever seen. But what began as unsettling whispers soon escalated into something far more sinister. The entity, which came to be known as the Bell Witch, made its presence known through physical attacks, scratching, pinching, and even slapping members of the family. Its voice, a guttural rasp, filled the house, taunting them, revealing their deepest fears and secrets. The family was terrorized, their lives turned upside down by this unseen force that seemed to delight in their misery. News of the hauntings spread like wildfire, drawing curiosity seekers and skeptics alike to the Bell farm. As the years passed, the Bell Witch's reign of terror only intensified. John Bell, once a robust and healthy man, began to waste away, his health deteriorating rapidly under the strain of the haunting. The witch, it seemed, had a particular animosity towards him, subjecting him to the brunt of its torment. Some whispered that the witch was the spirit of Kate Batts, a disgruntled neighbour who believed she had been cheated by John Bell. Others claimed it was a demonic entity drawn to the family's vulnerability. Whatever its true nature, the Bell Witch seemed to grow stronger with each passing day, its grip on the family tightening. Visitors to the farm reported feeling an oppressive presence, a sense of dread that clung to the very air. The torment continued until John Bell's death in 1820. his once strong constitution broken by years of relentless haunting. Even in death, the Bell Witch did not relinquish its hold, reportedly disrupting John Bell's funeral with its eerie laughter. England, a land steeped in history, its ancient castles and grand estates whispering tales of bygone eras. But within these weathered stones, history often intersects with the unexplained, blurring the lines between fact and folklore. Rainham Hall, an imposing manor in Norfolk, stands as a testament to this spectral convergence. For it is here, amidst the opulent interiors and sprawling grounds, that one of the most compelling pieces of photographic evidence for the existence of ghosts was captured. The story of the Brown Lady begins in the 18th century with Lady Dorothy Walpole, sister of Robert Walpole, often considered the first Prime Minister of Great Britain. Confined to the walls of Rainham Hall after a scandalous affair, Lady Dorothy lived a life shrouded in sorrow and isolation. Legend has it that after her death, her spirit, unable to find peace, began to roam the halls of Rainham Hall, her spectral form draped in a shimmering brown gown. Sightings of the Brown Lady persisted through the centuries, cementing her place in local folklore as a tragic figure forever bound to the estate. In 1936, the legend of the Brown Lady took an extraordinary turn. Two photographers, Captain Provand and Indre Shirer, were on assignment for Country Life magazine, tasked with capturing the grandeur of Rainham Hall. As they prepared to photograph the main staircase, something remarkable occurred. A hazy figure began to descend the stairs, its form gradually materializing through the lens. It was the Brown Lady, her spectral image captured on film for the first time. The photograph sent shockwaves through the world, its authenticity debated by skeptics and embraced by believers. Some dismissed it as a hoax, a clever manipulation of light and shadow. Others saw it as undeniable proof of the afterlife, a chilling glimpse into a realm beyond our own. Whatever the truth, the photograph of the Brown Lady remains one of the most compelling pieces of evidence in the ongoing search for proof of the paranormal. It stands as a stark reminder that some mysteries defy rational explanation, leaving us to grapple with the unsettling possibility that we are not alone, even within the most familiar of walls. Deep in the heart of Louisiana, veiled by moss-draped oaks and the weight of history, sits the Myrtles Plantation. Built in 1796, this antebellum mansion has borne witness to centuries of joy, sorrow, and, according to many, the lingering presence of those who have passed. Some spirits, it seems, are reluctant to leave, their essence entangled with the very fabric of the house. The Myrtles Plantation is not just a place, but a tapestry woven from the threads of countless lives. Each brick, each floorboard whispers tales of the past. It's a history steeped in both grandeur and tragedy, a potent combination that some believe has blurred the lines between the world of the living and the realm of the departed. Over the years, whispers of strange and unsettling occurrences have circulated among those who have dared to step within the Myrtles' walls. Guests have reported disembodied footsteps echoing through the halls, cold spots that defy explanation, and the disconcerting feeling of being watched. Are these merely tricks of the mind or something more profound? Could these be the spectral echoes of lives cut short, their final moments replaying in an eternal loop? Or perhaps they are simply seeking solace, reaching out from beyond the veil in a desperate attempt to reconnect with the world they left behind. Among the plantation's spectral residents, one name is uttered more frequently than any other: Chloe. A tragic figure, Chloe was a slave on the plantation, her life a testament to the brutal realities of the time. Legend has it that Chloe, in a desperate attempt to save her children from being sold away, committed an act of unspeakable cruelty. Her plan backfired, resulting in a swift and brutal end to her own life. Now some believe that Chloe's tormented soul wanders the Myrtles, forever seeking atonement for her past deeds. Is it guilt that binds her to this earthly realm, or a desire for peace that eludes her grasp? Visitors and staff alike claim to have encountered Chloe's presence. A chill down the spine, the faint scent of lilac, a glimpse of a shadowy figure flitting past a doorway. Whether these are genuine encounters or simply the power of suggestion, Chloe's story continues to captivate and haunt those who hear it. The Myrtles Plantation stands as a stark reminder of a troubled past, a place where history and the supernatural seem to intertwine. It is a place where the living and the dead may walk hand in hand, their stories forever entwined within the plantation's weathered walls. Perched high in the Colorado Rockies, the Stanley Hotel stands as a solitary sentinel against a backdrop of breathtaking mountain vistas. Built in 1909, this grand hotel has played host to a diverse clientele, from presidents to celebrities, but it is perhaps best known as the inspiration for one of the most iconic horror novels of all time, Stephen King's. It was during a stay at the Stanley, in the eerie quiet of the off-season, that King's imagination was ignited. The hotel's isolation, its grand yet aging interiors, and the whispers of its haunted past seeped into his consciousness, giving birth to a chilling tale of isolation and madness. But the Stanley's unsettling reputation predates King's visit by decades. Local lore is replete with tales of unexplained phenomena, from disembodied laughter echoing through the empty corridors to the ghostly strains of a piano playing in the dead of night. Guests have reported luggage mysteriously unpacking itself, lights flickering erratically, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. These unsettling occurrences are often attributed to the spirits of the hotel's original owners, F.O. and Flora Stanley. Their presence is said to be particularly strong in the Grand Ballroom, where Flora, a talented pianist in life, is said to continue her ethereal concerts long after the last guest has retired. Of all the Stanley's many rooms, none hold quite the same chilling allure as room 217. It was in this very room that Stephen King and his wife Tabitha spent a restless night, their sleep disturbed by inexplicable noises and a pervasive feeling of unease. This experience, along with the hotel's otherworldly ambience, would later form the basis for. Room 217 is said to be haunted by the spirit of a former housekeeper, Elizabeth Wilson, who met an untimely end in the room during a violent thunderstorm in 1911. Despite suffering severe injuries from the blast, Elizabeth miraculously survived, only to pass away several years later. Some believe that Elizabeth, in death as in life, continues to diligently tend to room 217, ensuring that every detail is perfect for the hotel's guests. Others, however, report more unsettling encounters, the feeling of being tucked in bed by unseen hands, the sensation of cold air despite the warmth of the room, and the lingering scent of Elizabeth's favourite perfume. Whether one believes in ghosts or simply appreciates a good scare, the Stanley Hotel offers a unique and undeniably eerie experience. It is a place where history, imagination, and the supernatural converge, leaving visitors to grapple with the unsettling possibility that some stories, like some guests, never truly check out. In the heart of New Orleans' French Quarter, amidst the vibrant tapestry of music, food, and revelry, stands a building shrouded in a darkness that belies its elegant facade. The LaLaurie Mansion, a stately structure dating back to 1832, harbors a sinister secret within its walls, a history so gruesome that it continues to send shivers down the spines of those who dare to approach. For behind its wrought iron balconies and graceful arches, a horror unfolded, orchestrated by the mansion's mistress, Madame Delphine LaLaurie. A prominent socialite, Delphine presented a facade of wealth and refinement, but beneath this veneer lurked a capacity for unimaginable cruelty. It was within the mansion's confines that Delphine indulged her darkest impulses, inflicting unspeakable tortures upon the slaves who were unfortunate enough to fall under her dominion. The attic in particular became a chamber of horrors, a place where human beings were subjected to atrocities that defied comprehension. When a fire erupted in the mansion's kitchen in 1834, Horrified onlookers and rescuers stumbled upon Delphine's gruesome secret. The discovery of Delphine's atrocities sent shockwaves through New Orleans, sparking outrage and disgust. Delphine herself managed to escape justice, fleeing the city and disappearing into the annals of history. But the horrors she inflicted within the walls of her mansion proved impossible to erase. To this day, the LaLaurie Mansion is considered one of the most haunted locations in New Orleans, its very bricks seeming to seep with the anguish of those who suffered and died within. Visitors and passers-by have reported hearing blood-curdling screams emanating from the mansion, as if the walls themselves are crying out in pain. Others claim to have witnessed ghostly apparitions within the mansion's windows, shadowy figures shackled and writhing, their faces contorted in silent screams. Are these tormented souls unable to find peace, their torment echoing through the ages? The LaLaurie Mansion stands as a chilling reminder that evil can lurk beneath even the most polished facade. It is a place where the weight of history is palpable, a stark testament to the enduring power of human cruelty and the lingering presence of suffering. Los Angeles, a city of dreams, but nestled amongst its shimmering facades lies a place with a far more sinister reputation, the Cecil Hotel. This imposing structure, once a beacon for travelers seeking a fresh start, now stands as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface. Built in the 1920s, the Cecil Hotel quickly gained notoriety for a string of unfortunate events. Suicides, overdoses, and even murders became grim fixtures within its walls. The hotel's corridors, once bustling with life, seemed to absorb the city's underbelly, becoming a haven for drifters, criminals, and those teetering on the edge. Over the decades, whispers of unsettling occurrences began to circulate. Guests reported hearing unexplained noises, feeling unseen presences, even witnessing apparitions moving through the shadows. These accounts, often dismissed as tricks of the mind, painted a disturbing picture of a building steeped in a palpable sense of unease. But perhaps the most chilling chapter in the Cecil Hotel's history unfolded in 2013 with the mysterious death of Elisa Lam. This young Canadian tourist vanished without a trace, only to be discovered weeks later in the hotel's rooftop water tank. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance and death remain shrouded in mystery, fueling speculation and deepening the hotel's sinister aura. Elisa Lam's final days were captured on the hotel's security cameras, and the footage, released to the public, sent shockwaves around the world. In the eerie elevator video, Elisa exhibits bizarre behavior, pressing multiple buttons, hiding in the corner, and seemingly talking to someone invisible. The footage sparked a frenzy of theories, ranging from drug-induced psychosis to paranormal intervention. Some believe Elisa was fleeing a pursuer, while others point to the unsettling possibility that she was being influenced by an unseen force. Adding to the mystery, Elisa's body was found in a water tank on the hotel's roof, an area inaccessible to guests. How she got there and why remains a chilling enigma. The police ruled her death an accidental drowning, but many question this conclusion, citing the bizarre circumstances and the hotel's dark history. To this day, the Cecil Hotel stands as a chilling landmark. It's a place where the veil between the living and the unknown seems disconcertingly thin, a place where the echoes of tragedy linger and the search for answers continues to captivate and unsettle. The RMS Queen Mary, once a majestic queen of the seas, now rests permanently in Long Beach, California, her glorious past forever intertwined with whispers of the supernatural. This grand old dame, a marvel of engineering and elegance, carries within her steel bones a history both captivating and tragic. Launched in 1934, the Queen Mary embarked on a career marked by both luxury and hardship. She ferried the rich and famous across the Atlantic, a symbol of speed and sophistication in a rapidly changing world. But during World War II, she was transformed into a troop transport, her luxurious interiors stripped bare, her decks crowded with soldiers heading to uncertain fates. It was during this wartime service that tragedy struck. In 1942, the Queen Mary, shrouded in wartime secrecy, collided with the British cruiser off the coast of Ireland. The impact was catastrophic, claiming the lives of hundreds on board the cruiser. The Queen Mary, though badly damaged, managed to limp to safety. But the memory of the lost souls lingered, a haunting reminder of the war's terrible toll. This tragedy, along with other maritime mishaps and unexplained deaths on board, cast a long shadow over the Queen Mary's otherwise illustrious history. Guests and crew alike began to report strange occurrences, unexplained noises, cold spots, and fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures. One of the most active areas of paranormal activity is said to be the ship's first-class swimming pool. Drained and empty now, it was once a hub of social activity. Today, visitors claim to hear the sound of splashing water and children's laughter echoing through the emptiness. Some even report seeing the ghostly apparition of a young girl, believed to be a passenger who drowned in the pool many years ago. Another hotspot is Stateroom B340, where a string of unsettling incidents have led the Queen Mary to seal the room off completely. Guests staying in this room have reported being woken by unseen entities, their bedclothes ripped from their grasp. The room is said to be haunted by the spirit of a sailor who died under mysterious circumstances within its walls. But perhaps the most well-known ghost story associated with the Queen Mary is that of White Lady. This spectral figure, often seen in a flowing white gown, is believed to be the spirit of a young woman who died in a tragic accident on the ship's grand staircase. She is said to roam the ship's corridors, her mournful presence sending chills down the spines of those who claim to have encountered her. The Queen Mary, a magnificent relic of a bygone era, continues to fascinate and intrigue. Whether you believe the stories or not, there's no denying the ship's enduring allure, a testament to the enduring power of the past and the mysteries that lie beyond our understanding. From haunted hotels to ghostly ships, we've journeyed through some of the most spine-chilling tales of real-life hauntings and ghost stories. These locations, steeped in history and shrouded in mystery, offer a glimpse into the unexplained, a realm where the boundaries of life and death seem to blur. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, these stories tap into our primal fears, our fascination with the unknown, and our deep-seated desire to understand the world beyond our senses. Each location we've explored has its own unique energy, its own tales of tragedy, and its own cast of spectral residents. Which of these hauntings intrigued you the most? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, stay curious and stay spooky.